to use this VPC endpoint, we need some other resources like S3 bucket or as RDS, other services we have, Lambda and all. So for that we need to create. Now we not completed those services, so just remind me when we are going with the S3, because data transfer and data uploading we do from the VPC endpoints only, from the private things. Okay, so that time we will discuss more deeply about this VPC endpoint, IPsec, VPNs and direct connects. Okay, now continuation after this VPC concept, this networking topics, we need to cover some Linux topics. Okay, then we'll get a good grip on the services in the AWS. First, let me log into the AWS cloud. Let me switch to the comfortable region. Yeah, so EC2. So first, let's talk some introduction about the Linux. Okay, so basically Linux servers previously it is on the data centers on premises. This is developed by one of the student. Okay, his name also kernel Linux. Some name is there, I even forgot. Linux. Right, this guy Linus Gandit. This is actually he's a student. When he was in student, he developed this one. So he developed this kernel. Actually Linux is a kernel. Okay, and as of now that kernel is open source. You can see the right side the description. It is the free operating system kernel. Kernel is something which is mediator between communicating between the operating system and the computing engine with a mission. Okay, so as of now it is open source one only, but why still we are paying to the servers, Linux operating systems or Unix operating systems, or other we have other operating systems as well, RHEL, Fedora, CentOS, other all we have. Okay, and why we are not going with the Windows and why only Linux is too much popular in industry. If you can observe, every company will use Linux or Unix. Every company now, even we are seeing Netflix and everything, right? All these applications are deployed in Linux environments only. There are few applications are there they were using the Windows operating system, because before Linux there is no operating system, only Windows operating system. So everyone know about the Windows operating system, so that's how they are going with it. But when Linux came, it has changed everything. So why we need to prefer Linux only, we'll discuss that. Why every company is looking for Linux and the Linux flavors. Okay, and one more thing, it is Linux means kernel. Just remember it as a kernel operating system. So when Linux, it is going to, we have to do work or we have to do some actions or we want to communicate with Linux, always we need to communicate in the command line interface, CMD CLI. Okay, command line interface, or we could say bash or terminal. All these four names are same. Okay, it is referring to the same. In the starting of class we have discussed server is equal to many names, right? Here also one CLI or one bash terminal CMD or CLI interface. Okay, like this. We have many names. We have many names to this same bash. Okay. So in different areas, we also use multiple times different names, but that refer to the one only. Okay, which is this one. This one. Okay. If you are seeing this a black one interface, this is CLI, command line interface. So whenever I would like to talk with Linux, so I have to talk with the command line interface only. So later we had a graphical user interface also, but that is we not prefer much graphical user interface. Graphical user interface in the sense Windows operating system, the best example. Okay, so we can able to see the options and we're clicking, right? So this is graphical user interface. But coming to Linux, it is a command line interface. Whatever we want to do, we have to do with the commands. Okay, so previously we need to install some putty other softwares, but right now no need to install anything. Actually, there are few flavors of this Linux. The first one is Sun Solaris. Okay, let me drag this like this. Yep. And the second one is Red Hat. Red Hat, we call it as RHEL, Red Hat Linux Enterprise actually. And third one is IBM AX, and the fourth one is even we have HP also, Unix. Okay, like this. We used to have these four types of flavors, and right now we were using Red Hat things and directly Unix, Linux things. Okay, so every provider has developed their systems by using the open kernel. That's how the Linux servers are available in all three cloud service provider in GCP, Azure, and as well as in the AWS. So they have added few more things and they are providing to us. They have added multiple components, they have added multiple packages, they have added multiple patches, security patches, everything, and they are giving to us and we were using. But previously, if I want to do configure one server, so I have to create the server. This is a plain server, nothing is there. This is just a mission, a bare metal mission. So in it, so Linux administrator has to be connect through a laptop. Let's say this is a laptop here. He has to connect with the console actually. So there will be a console port. We call it as console port. In interview also, people are asking this question. Okay, console port. Okay, so with this console port, you have to connect a wire to your server, to your laptop. Then you can able to log into the server from your CMD. Okay, from your CMD, from your laptop. Then you need to boot this operating system, this one. So this operating system, once you install the operating system, then you can configure other things. Okay, so when you're configuring other things, you have to do some patches installations, packages installations. So all necessary activities you have to do through your laptop. Previously, we need to add everything. We need to add repos. Okay, we need to add a repos. For example, in this server, I want to install a Git. Then I have to done some certain installations, dependencies. then I need to add a repo of the git, then I have to install the git, then it will run. But for that, this server need a internet connectivity. Okay, this is physical, completely in our home. You can say it is in our room. In our room, this server, how this server will get internet connectivity? Okay, so that much plain configuration we used to do previous time. Okay, so everything we have to add it. So to avoid such a kind of things, now providers came. Okay, providers are like this Sun Solaris, Red Hat, IBM, and these providers came. They were telling that we can provide you the servers. So few things are already installed. Okay, few things are already installed for you. You can ready to use. If you need any extra things, yes, you have to configure. You have to configure with your engineer. So like this. Now, how the business is going in the market right now? Kernel is open source only. Now GitHub repo also available for the kernel. Kernel open source only. Still repository is available. So with this open kernel, what people are doing like Red Hat, take it as an example, Red Hat or AWS cloud. What they are doing, let's say this is a Red Hat company and they are taking this. Let me, okay, they are cloning, they're taking this kernel and they were doing with their engineers small developments here. Okay, developments in different manner. So at that time we can call it as CentOS, Fedora, and RHL. Okay, so like this, and they have added few things with their expert developers, and they are giving to the customers as a provider. Okay, so what is this CentOS? It is going to support the same distribution only, Linux distribution. So which is a stable and enterprise operating system. Again, you can call it as RHL only. In a RHL flavor, this is a one of the flavor, CentOS. So for what things companies can be used? Okay, it is going to use the same source code of the same RHL, same thing, but it is the another version of the RHL. Okay, so whatever, if we want to do something, an application development or a framework development or something, so we would like to test it. Okay, so we need a long term support for it. Long term support in the sense, if this CentOS version is the v1.1.0, like Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows 7, 8, so are we getting support for Windows 8 operating system? No, right? In the same way, this operating system will provide you long term, like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. So whoever goes with this CentOS, they could install and they could develop their things on this operating system. They'll get a long term support from it. Okay, and coming to Fedora, it is also same, but it is a short term. Every 6 months they will update. Okay, it is also same thing but short term. And coming to RHEL, in RHEL operating system, you will be having advanced things. Okay, so advanced things in the sense, some software is installed already. Okay, some software is already installed, some certificates already installed. So these things are not in Fedora and CentOS, and some other security patches already installed. Okay, these are all available in the RHEL. That's how they will give you the support. So you have to subscribe for this one. And if you can see, we have a separate course of RHL 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like this. If you are certified of RHL 10, RHL 8, so that is of more value in just I think in 2 years back, 3 years back. Now it's okay, normal. Okay, people are going for it because previously there's no much use of DevOps and cloud things. So the only Linux, if the company wants to use, they have to go for RHL, Red Hat, or IBM. Okay, so that's how they have doing the business. Okay, so history apart, let's discuss some other things on the Linux. So whatever we are doing in the Linux, so that is go with some files and directories. Okay, files and directories. Once we enable an operating system, once we installed an operating system, so this is an operating system. Here we need to uh, do some things. Okay, after this operating system installed, we need to do all the activities whatever we needed. But the basic things I would like to say, file systems. Okay, so first, file system, whenever we install an operating system in the server, so that will be the root. Okay, operating system is always a root. That means it is a super user. We can call it as sudo su also. Okay, super user or admin. Okay, let me keep it like this, or admin. And so we need to perform CLI operations here. Once this has been done, we have to perform CLI operations like commands. Let's discuss those commands as well. We have a different commands to type. Okay, so we have a files and directories in this operating system. First one is actually ext2 and ext3 and ext4. So ext4 is the latest one now. So this one is the latest one. Now we are using this one in all servers. We are creating AWS site, so we were creating this extension for file type. Okay, so let's create this server and let's see some basic commands. Here also cloud, this provider AWS Linux, separate Linux. Okay, Red Hat, Ubuntu are all different, but AWS also developed his own Linux. That's how he's calling Amazon Linux. Okay, let's take this Linux only, and we have selected micro, and let me go with my this one. Let me select the existing operating system and 8 GB value. Okay, now if I want to communicate with my server, so the only option left, I have to communicate with an interface or a terminal. Yeah, it is up and running. So whenever you create the server, okay, here you have to see status check initialization. Server is created, configurations are booting, and operating system also booting. This means, okay, and it has to show, there it is, 1 by 2 or 2 by 2 checks. Here it has to show 1 by 2 or 2 by 2. Okay, so where 1 by 2 it is showing, then there is a something problem, or the server might has not loaded properly, the server could have some network connectivity properly, or the server is not able to go with the correct process. Okay, so those are the things we have to observe. So this is also one interview question. Status check 1 by 2 and 2 by 2. When it is 2 by 2, it is completely up and running. Okay, and we can check here as well. Okay, monitoring. See, so network, disk rates, everything, disk writes, everything we can able to see here. Okay, and standard alarms here. Once we are running the server, we could able to see the graphs here. Right now it is nothing it is showing to you, no data available. Let's refresh, still initializing. Okay, let it be, but it allows us to communicate. Go to connect, copy, open cmd, open your key pair path, provide. Yes, sudo sudo. See, now when I logged in, I am a root user. Okay, I am a root user. Right now this is a Linux operating system. This is Linux operating system. Let's compare something with the Windows operating system and the Linux operating system. I would like to create an empty notepad file. How can I do it in the Windows operating system? Hmm? Anyone?
Then can you come again once?
I want to create an empty notepad file
VI VI text
in Windows.
in in Windows.
I'll tell
We
you the
have to go,
system.
we have to go to folders and we have to create using
Yes.
a graphical
See,
interface.
yeah, see, this is Linux, and in your companies, when you join like a Capgemini or Infosys, whatever the company it's, after your course, you might see here it is, you can see 2 by 2 checks passed. That means server is up and run and healthy. Okay, and this is a Linux server actually. For example, I'm just taking you example. After the course, you might join in one of the company, and your project is on-site project. Okay, and uh, you have to log into the project and you have to work there. So client is at on-site and they have completely all private things. So they were how they will going to give you access. Okay, that is the first thing actually. How they will going to give you access. You are in India offshore and you are working with the Infosys, and Infosys will give you trust things on the resources to that project. But how come they will allow you to work on their systems? Okay, for that what they will do, they will enable you an RDP. Okay, it is same like a Windows server. Now let me create the Windows server. Here you can see launch instance, Windows. I'm just giving a name Win, and select the Windows operating system. Okay, t2.micro enough, and I'm going to use the same key pair, and I'll be going to use same security group, and here it is 30 GB, let it be, and launch instance. So we know how to connect to the Linux server. So how we can connect to the Windows server? So let's see that. To connect Windows servers, we have to use RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol. Yeah, it is up and running now. Now I want to connect. Go to connect. See, I have RDP client and serial console. You can see. So if something you want to do some change, you have to connect to the COM1, which is serial console, which is you have to do some more activities, setting kind of things into the server. Then this is recommendable, but normally we will go with the RDP client. Okay. So here you can see download remote desktop file. So this is the file, so which your company also going to give it to you in a different format like Citrix or Cisco with different names. Okay, so by that you will be going to connect to this file. Okay, let's download this one. So for that, it is going to download into my download sections. So let me download it. When could harm your device? Yes, keep it. Open file. See, open file. But here when I click on connect, it is going to ask the password, but I don't know password. How can I? The password you can do here. Okay, get password. Click on the get password. Here you have to give our pem key script. Let me take my pem key script. Pem key script. So we have while we creating the server, we are used pem key, right? The same thing we need to provide here and decrypt the password. She will get the password. So this password, let me store it somewhere. Okay, and now I want to give it here. Okay, see, and okay, yes, it is going to connect to my Windows server. So this is how you also going to log into the your client, your project uh, systems. Okay, so there here you will work not on your Windows operating system, your laptop. Here you will work. So this is also one more laptop in your laptop. This is also one more system in your system. Here you will work. Let it load. So it is Windows 10, this operating system. Now my Windows operating system is ready. Let these things load on the taskbar. Yeah, see it is loaded now. Now we want to create an empty notepad. So I have to give right click, new, right, and this text document. So it is created. I will rename like new doc. Okay, so when I double click on this, how can I open? I have to double click on this, it will open. The same operation how can I do in the Linux? Okay, so I will be going to minimize this and come to my server. Come to my server with touch command. Okay, give a touch and your file name. Let's say new doc, the same name. Dot txt is the extension. That's it. Created. How can I say is this created or not? ls. This file is available there. So in Windows, if I clicked on double click, it is open. But how can I open here? Okay, you can open with an editor. Okay, we have three editors. Okay, Nano, Vi, and Vim. With three we can do. Okay, Nano and new.txt. When you open, so this is going to give you like the same notepad. How it is open? It is open. Now I would like to write something. So welcome to class. I have written. How can I save this one? Okay, Control X in your keyboard. You have to press Control X. Then it is asking, yes, you want to save it. Give Y and enter. Now I have provided something in the text document, right? How can I see it? Cat. So cat means I have provided some content in this document. Content, okay, content in the sense something. A thing I have provided inside the document. So I would like to see the content which I have provided inside the document. So cat and document name. Remember like this. And enter. See, it is printed welcome to the class. Okay. Now second method. How can I open the second method? Vim new doc. It is open. Now I am in exec mode. Okay, exec mode means sense if you type something in your keyboard, it is not going to take. So you have to provide I. Okay. It's jammed. Vim. You have to press I in your keyboard, then it will give you insert. Okay. Now I can add one more thing. Second editor. Okay. Escape. Now to save this, we have to provide escape in your keyboard, shift button and colon button at a time, then WQ. That means write and quit from this editor. Okay. Now I want to see the content. What is the command?
Cat, cat.
Cat
That new task.txt.
txt. Now you can see I have second editor line as well. Now third editor, not Vim. Now only it is Vi. Okay, new.txt. If I give enter, it is going to give me same. Now you have to press I in your keyboard and then enter and add one more line. Third editor. Okay, escape, shift colon WQ explanatory mark. That's it. Again, cat new dog. Actually, I'm finding a lot of difficulty of providing this escape, shift to colon WQ something. Without this, can I have a short form to insert some content into the file? Yes, we have. I don't want to go into the file with an editor, but I would like to update some content into it. Cat greater than and new doc. Okay, when you give this one means something you want to append. Appending means you want to provide extra lines over the already presented content in the file. If you give enter and one more enter, now it has given us empty space. I can write something. So this is fourth method. Okay, now what I'll do, I can do Control C and Control D as well. Control D, then it is going to save. Now let me see the content. See, the fourth one is added, right? So this is how, if you not provide two greater than marks, you forgot and you provided only single greater than. Let's see how it will happen. It's not going to take a one more directly. Okay, now if I write something, writing something, Okay, control D and cat new doc. See, old data is removed. Greater than means I'm appending something over the old data. Only single means I'm replacing everything and inserting the new thing. Okay, so careful here when we use this one. Sometimes we might would like to do some changes. That time what happens, instead of providing one more greater than, if you provide this, whole file will gone data. So we have to be careful always, but to avoid this kind of things we have other also commands like scd, awk and all. We'll discuss those as well. Okay, so going forward, now we know how to create an empty file. Okay, how to open an empty file and create it. Now I have a question for you. In Windows operating system, can I create um, around 10 notepad files at a time in just one click? Is it possible?
No,
Hmm?
no, you have
No.
to create individually.
So it is not possible, right?
Yeah.
So how can I do that? So let me go here and give touch and give curly braces. Now I want to create A to Z files. Each alphabet will be the one notepad file. Okay, A dot dot Z, and close it and hit enter. That's it. And now I want to see all the files. For that command ls, list the files. See, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all files are created. Each alphabet will be one txt file. This is a just a glimpse of automation. Means in Linux we can do this kind of shortcuts, a lot of shortcuts. Okay, so this is one. And how can I create a folder in the Windows? Right click, new, folder name. Right, I'll give a folder name like DevOps or AWS. How can I log into the folder? Double click, you will be logged into the folder. Right, but nothing is here. The same action, how can I perform in the Linux? Just remember, in
Make directory.
in in Windows we call it as folder. Okay, but here mkdir directory we call. Okay, directory means folder, different names but same thing only. Make directory, create a directory, make a directory, and folder name, any name like AWS. Okay, ls, I have AWS. See, it is showing in a different color. When it is showing in a different color means these are the folders. If it is showing you in normal color, white color, those are the files. The difference between files and the folders to identify. Now I want to log into this folder. How can I? So I need to change the directory from my current directory. cd, change the directory to AWS. That's it. Left side we can see the path got changed. I want to see list of files, ls, nothing is here. Now I want to create again one more empty file. Touch uh, DevOps. Okay, just see ls. I can able to see DevOps file here. Right, now I want to come back. cd, you want to come back, right? So whenever you are here, so this will be a single dot. When you want to go back, one more dot. That's it. Okay, that's it. You went backside. If you want to go forward, cd and the path name, aws, like that. Okay, so this is creating a directory, creating a folder. Okay, so if I give ls, so I have this many files. Now I would like to rename this new doc.txt. How can I rename this? Here we know in Windows, go and give a right click and then rename it. But here how we can do it? Rename mv. We have to use mv and new doc name, the doc which is already present in your box, and the new name which you would like to give. So now already new doc, right? So this is rename file, I'll say. Okay, rename file, renamed file, like that's it. If I give ls, so it is changed. It is changed. mv and the file name which you would like to do rename and your new name means it is going to rename. Now how can I do it to the folder? Same thing, mv aws and then you have to give azure. Okay, ls, see it is renamed. Okay, now so this is okay, but now I want to send a file, a alphabet into the azure folder. How can I send inside? That means I would like to do copy. Okay, here I have a, so a file I have to copy into the azure folder. So in Windows we know that already, giving a right click, giving a right click, copy it and paste in it, we'll do like this, right? But how we will do in Linux? Here cp copy a, which file you want to copy into which folder? Azure folder. So give az and give a tab in your keyboard, automatically it will select. That's it. If you give ls, the a will be here and I would like to change my directory. I went to Azure and now I have given ls. See, I can see a alphabet here, right? So what is the command to go back from Azure?
cd dot dot cd space dot space dot.
Okay, now I came back. Now now I would like to move, not copy. I would like to move the file, not copy the file. So I will do b file. Okay, for that we need to use same command which we have used for rename, mv mv, but here b is the file and the folder name you have to give. If you not given folder name which is already present here, that is going to rename. If the folder name is here in the box, so that is going to move. Okay, Azure. Okay, and enter. That's it. ls, the b is not there. And wait a minute, Surinder, tell me how I need to log into the folder. I want to change the directory. What is the command? Surinder, I want to change the directory. Wait a minute. Are you able to hear me? Okay. change directory. Okay, cd and azure and ls. See, I can able to see b. Now I would like to delete the file. So what will be the command for it? Anyone?
RM.
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 Yes,
RM.
rm and
Hyphen R.
ls.
I,
Okay, so remove a regular empty file. Yes, ls. Okay, so rm, it's a regular file we are
Hyphen R.
using right now because we just recently moved. A recent action has been happened on it. So rm hyphen f you have to provide and hit
yes.
and enter. That means it is going to delete. Now let me come back and
That
rm.
means it's a force delete, right?
Yes, force delete. So rm hyphen f, sometimes we have to delete recursively because as it is a folder having multiple content inside the folder, so it is not going to allow us because as we are a human being, we might do sometimes this kind of mistakes. So that's how it is having a function. So sometimes we have to delete recursively. Let's see, I would like to delete azure folder. Okay, see, I'm just providing the same rm-f azure. It's a directory. Okay, I cannot remove azure. So that's how I need to use hyphen r. Okay, recursively. Now it is going to delete it. If I see ls, I'm not having azure folder.
Yeah,
So
Rajni, we can use RMD, right? Yeah.
yeah,
RMD hyphen.
rmd also we can, but when you use rmd, sometimes you are providing the path, so that is going to remove all the path. Okay, specific to the folder only use. Okay, go with the rm-f and this kind of things. Now so these are the actually a basic things, basic commands we were discussing. So step by step in continuation we'll go to a little bit scripting as well. Okay, a little bit automation, so then you will get to know. And I would like to cover two more commands what I left. What we'll do in windows still, basic things: removed, renamed, new doc, file, download, yes, disk space, df hyphen h. Okay, disk space, display the hardware. Okay, so it is going to show you this is a file system. Okay, and so this is the space of the server. So how much it is, what is the size used, available, and the percentage, and mounted on which filing sharing system. Okay, so we will discuss this as well. tmpfs, this is extension 4 only. For each file system we have a specific reason. So we have slash etc, we have slash usr, we have slash tmpfs, we have slash dev, like this. We have a different slash sbin, slash root. Okay, let's discuss each thing in coming classes. So these are the first basics. So this is the df hyphen h. Okay, I would like to see the partition as well, lsblk. Okay, so see the partitions: disk part. Okay, 127, 128, the disk parts, xvda. So this is the development which Amazon did in the Linux. Okay, so we will discuss that as well in elastic block storage, because whenever we adding and volumes to our server, important things, we are going to deal every day with these things. Okay, this file sharing and these blocks, volumes. Okay, so we'll discuss those things as well. And so notepad, bing. Yeah, I got one more idea. If I want to if I want to download something, okay, from the Bing into the Windows, how I will download? I will go directly into the browser and I will download that, and I will do next, 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 right? So here what I can do, wget, okay, wget, and go to uh, anywhere, like in a zip file, let's say free static templates download. Free static download. I have one of this one and I would like to download. See, copy this link, come here and provide the URL. That's it. It is going to download. Automatically it is going to download. ls. It is downloaded the zip file. So like this. Downloading will happen with the wget command. Sai Krishna ps-hyphen yes. Yes. File sharing system will show free -m, which is going to show you how much free space or free disk
RAM
is available.
space.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the first basic commands first, because every day we're going to deal with these commands in DevOps. Not much too much into deep into Linux, because we are not doing the any administration, because we are going to deal with the servers at application deployments. We need to know this kind of a basic commands. So almost we go with the basic things only to deal, because however we have already all the tools enabled. The only thing we need to know Linux about application installation or tool configuration, tool setup into their server. Okay, so in that area we're going to learn everything in that area of whatever we need for the DevOps application to be configured in the Linux servers. Okay.
Yeah, Rajni, you said that VI and Vim is the improved version of VI. What is the major difference between them?
There is a no difference between Vim and VI. Both are same editors, but the only thing at VI which is going to give us a kind of same thing, because it's exec mode and as well as insert mode. Vim also do the same thing, but I would say previously we were using VI, and Vim is they have just given added one more M as a modified way and enhanced way also, as you said. So but we have some additional functionalities in the Vim. Okay, so but highlighted things, whenever we write something or programming or scripting, it will give us in a colored way, like highlighted things. So duplicated words are there. If at one word I was just clicking over there, and that is going to select all other same words in other lines. Okay, those kind of some improvements they have there. I could say small improvements at programming language level. Okay, at syntax level I would say, but those kind of things you cannot find in the VI when it is highlighted programming, while you're writing a scripting or programming. Can't find those things in the VI. But Nano is good actually. In a daily practice, whenever you do, Nano is best, and according to me, and my favorite is Nano.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Okay then, so I have one more, so let's connect tomorrow at the same time. Okay.
Okay, Rajni, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.